This is a bit of a different video for my channel. I recently upgraded my camera gear and found myself in need of a new dog-friendly hiking rucksack, one that would give me quick, easy access to my camera while out on walks. Since I often go on walks with two dogs, it is important that I could reach my camera one-handed, without having to put the bag down on the ground. That's when I came across Shimoda. This isn't your typical what's in the bag style video or full description of the specs. It's a practical review focused on whether these bags actually work when you've got dogs and a full frame camera and a second lens. There are plenty of other videos out there covering all the specs and details of the bag, so I'll leave that to them. To cut the chase, I kept the Side Street 22 starter kit and returned the Urban Explorer 20 litre. Neither bag is perfect, but the Side Street is, on the whole, a dog-friendly bag. Let me explain why. Let's talk about the Urban Explorer 20 litre and why it didn't work for me. You can tell the difference between the two bags straight away. The Urban Explorer has a zip at the top and back access, whereas the Side Street opens from the side and has a roll top. The zips on the Explorer felt stiff, particularly on the corners, and that friction made the whole experience feel clunky compared to the smooth zips of the Side Street. This may only be an issue with the 20 litre. The larger 25 or 30 litre bags may not have this problem. My biggest issue with the Explorer though was the side access. The camera core unit, where you store the camera, has corners that are simply too large, making it almost impossible to get the camera in and out easily. The only way to manage it was to place the camera dead center in the unit, but that left no room for a second lens. Since I typically head out with two lenses, a 24 to 70mm and a 100 to 400mm, it just wasn't going to work for me. The other deal breaker was the lack of the waist strap. Without one, there's no way to swing the bag around to your front to allow access to the back part of the bag. If you need to access the back of the bag, you have to put the bag down on the ground, which simply isn't practical when you're holding two dog leads. To show you what I mean, I will show you this on this Osprey rucksack. It has a really thin waist strap, which would allow me to flip the back around to the side or even the front much better. The rain cover is quite hard to get to and you have to open the camera section to get into it. This is not great when it's raining. Other people also claim this makes the bag wobbly and it can't stay upright. So here are a few positives about the Urban Explorer. I prefer the look. I like the zip top. I'm not a fan of the roll top look. I also like the lining and all the small compartments, especially the zip pockets. The bag has a much cleaner look. It also has a small secret zip pocket. The bag has these really annoying slide fastenings. Why not use normal clips? The water bottle space is really tight. This is a 1 litre bottle. I will show how easy it goes in this Osprey bag in comparison. Now let's talk about the Side Street 22 and why I kept it. The Side Street solved most of these problems. The zips are smooth and the corners of the camera compartment are better shaped. It also has a waist strap, which I like. The strap takes the weight off your shoulders and it lets you tilt the bag to one side easier and access the camera without ever having to put it down. I can get my camera out one-handed, which is exactly what I needed. Both bags have plenty of Velcro dividers so you can configure the interior to suit your kit. There's room for my camera and both lenses. This bag has the side zip pocket on the closed side. This is a nice touch. You can never have too many zip compartments. I use it to store my rain cover, so it's easy to grab the moment the weather turns. You can only access the side entrance from one side, so this may not be so great if you're left-handed. I like the small front pocket, which is great for keeping poo bags in. The bag comes with a medium top loader as standard. I also bought an additional small top loader for days where I just want to head out with my camera and one lens. One feature I particularly love is the extendable base of the top loaders. If you have a longer lens like the 100 to 400mm attached to your camera, you can keep it mounted and simply extend the loader to fit. No need to dismantle anything, which is a huge time saver. I do have a few criticisms. The fabric extension straps on the waist belt and the chest strap are far too long. They dangle down awkwardly and I ended up multi-folding them. I really wish they were shorter. The fake leather tags also feel a bit cheap. I'd much prefer real leather or solid canvas ones. Here the tags on the Urban Explore are way better. And the top section of the bag is essentially one open compartment with no internal organization like slip pockets or lining. For someone like me who loves having little sections for everything, that's a shame. Water bottle storage is another sticking point. I carry a 1 litre bottle. You really can't go smaller when you're hiking with 2 dogs, and it's a tight squeeze. When I have the 100 to 400mm lens attached to the camera and stored in the bag, the water bottle pocket becomes almost unusable. I also have to remove the tripod from the other side pocket just to close the bag comfortably, which then creates a new problem. One small workaround I've found to the lack of storage options is a simple small pouch from Amazon to keep spare batteries, lens covers, and cleaning supplies in. Another problem is that once the top loader is packed inside the bag, there's no way to get into the zip pocket. So here is my overall thoughts. On the whole, I like the Shimoda brand. The Side Street 22 works well for dog owners. The one-handed camera access and waist strap really do make a difference out on the trail. If you're looking for something with more space for gear like drones, the Explore series might suit you better, though I haven't tested those larger sizes personally. My one wish is that Shimoda had a better returns policy. I'm based in Austria and returning the bag wasn't cheap or easy. You have to contact customer service to get a return slip and they do not cover the shipping. I hope this has been helpful if you're trying to decide between these two Shimoda bags, particularly if, like me, you're navigating trails with a full-time camera and a couple of opinionated dogs. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.